Good day. Do you want to make your videos look like film? Now you can by using Dehancer. If you want to save 10%, use the promo code YSTEVE to save 10%. And in return they said they will give me the software for an honest review. Honest review? Hold up. In that case,
I've gathered some evidence. But before we look at this, let's take a moment to understand what Dehancer is. You see, back in the day, people would film movies on foam stock, which is not easy to get these days. It's quite expensive as well, and has been replaced with digital cameras that are sharp and clean. Now that's where this tool comes in. Dehancer allows you to give it that vintage characteristic, that foam texture, dare I say that cinematic look, with over 60 different customizable film stocks that you can load in. But this does come with a bit of a catch, you see, because it needs a beefy computer. And that's one of the biggest issues, especially if you're going to be using features like bloom, halation, and overscan. That's when your computer starts to get a bit slow. Another con is that they don't have any kind of VHS, DVD, or broadcast TV effects or overlays. It's only film emulation. To be fair, it is in their logo and also on their website if you take a moment to read about it. Unlike me that didn't do that and made an entire video about a VHS effect that I had to throw away because I couldn't use it.
it's all film simulation. It's not really what I had in mind for this music video.
But still, although they very, very clearly say it's only film emulation, I think it would be cool if they could add different textures from different formats in the future. So Dehancer, think about that one. Thank you. Now I don't have much else to complain about, so let's talk about some of the things I do like. Right off the bat, it's easy to download and install. But if you get stuck, don't worry, because they have tons of manuals and readmes that will guide you through the whole process. Once you've installed the plugin, open up your editing software. In Davinci Resolve, which I use, you go to the Color tab, search for Dehancer in the effects panel and drag that to a new node. Bam! You're immediately greeted with a bunch of sliders and tools that you can start using immediately. It's so easy with the whole Lightroom slider vibes that even the Peter McKinnon fangirls and Premiere Pro users can understand how to use this. As simple as that. Speaking of sliders, they have a new iOS app, so you can de-enhance your photos on your phone and upload Instagram pics that look all vintage and retro, so you can fit in with your cool hipster friends and look like you own a film camera. How it works? I don't know. I don't have an iPhone. Anyways, you can start off by selecting your color space. For most people that should be Rec 709, but if you shot in log with any camera, they've got tons of different camera models, makes and brands to get the right log profile. Now at first, I wasn't sure about the accuracy, so I downloaded Fuji's conversion LUT, as well as used a color space transform in Davinci Resolve, and I found they all look pretty different. So, I don't know which one's the correct one, but I did notice that Dehancer's has a bit of a color tinge and a bit more contrast pop. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I don't know. Now here's something that I actually like about this app, is you have tons of different grain options. The size, the type, the texture, it's insane. Now, Davinci Resolve does have grain built in, but honestly, I do like Dehancer's a little bit more. The halation and the bloom features are also a little bit more subtle than Davinci Resolve's. Subtle's good. We like subtle. But like I said earlier, keep in mind, it will slow things down. Another thing you can do is change the plugin quality from high to normal if it's feeling like it's a bit slow. You won't notice a massive speed difference, but it will be a bit better, and there's a noticeable difference in quality, at least to me. Further, there's tons of sliders and effects you can play with, most of them that I don't even know what they do. It's got some interesting features like gate weave, which makes it wobble as if the film was being fed through a machine. Overscan, where you can get these cool overlays. No more looking for stock footage overlays that don't fit with the footage. We now have that. I mean, the customizability is almost overwhelming from all the options you have. Another nice little thing that Dehancer has to offer is a lot of support, manuals and articles on their website that you could go read and download if you get stuck. But what's the point? Who is this for? Well, if you're using Davinci Resolve Studio and know a thing or two about color grading, then you can create your own film looks. But if you use Final Cut Pro or Premiere Pro or any Adobe products, probably crash before you open the plugin. But for real, if you're using Adobe or Premiere Pro or any other kind of editing software that doesn't have these features built in, then this is definitely for you. Or if you're looking for an easy drag and drop solution, you don't want to learn how node trees work and color grading, just slap this plugin on, select a preset, and you're good to go. But in the end, what really matters is the story you're trying to tell. It doesn't help you de-enhance your daughter's ballet recital footage, because it's not going to work. But it's also not going to help to try and do this interrogation film noir kind of look, and then keep it all clean like, hey, what the hell, guys? Come on, man, we wanted this to look all moody and cinematic and stuff. Put it back on. Put Dehancer back on. There you go. You see the difference. So there you go. The evidence is in front of you. And you decide, is Dehancer for you or not? And if you decide that you want to buy Dehancer, use the promo code YSTEVE to save 10% on your purchase. So there you have it. Case closed. Now phone your mother and tell her you love her. Seriously, fuck off.